Hello and welcome to, I don't know what I'm going to call this. A little, teaser, I guess, into my next map. Here's something slightly irrelevant. I think I have allergies. I don't know. I've been to a doctor in about a decade, so I don't plan on diagnosing it anytime soon, so. But my nose whistles, and, that, I find that agitating, because I can't actually hear it due to my headset, but the fact that you guys can saddens me a little bit. But it's just an occasional whistle, so I'm gonna try it and not breathe, and we'll see how that goes. But more to the point, I was recently asked by a Mr. Apple, as I call him, who is I don't exactly know what his official position is. He's definitely some kind of figurehead in the Project Ares, also known as PGM, also known as oc.tc, and it's pretty much, I don't even know how to categorize them. It's servers that are constantly on. It's large scale PvP, and it's definitely one of my most favorite things that I've seen done with Minecraft, and it's quite popular and very active. And I suppose with the recent interest that a lot of people have had in Nail, he, having seen that, approached me and asked me if I would be interested in making a map. And I'd already been in the works, kind of developing or brainstorming the sequel to Nail, air quotes, sequel to Nail, and there were a few ideas that didn't really fit. So I had kind of found it really convenient that he were to approach me, you know, in that time of brainstorming, a lot of writing and everything. Got this nice little page full of ideas, which doesn't sound like much, but a page full of good ideas, you know, offers a lot more than you might expect. So here's the beginning. What I'm standing in now is where the attacker's starting point will be. It won't be the traditional war camp. Supplies are going to be via plugin, automatically granted to a player upon spawning. It's still very foggy what I'm going to do with that, so like I said, preview in the works. I want to place the construction of the map at maybe 80%. It's fairly close to being completed and ready to be, I guess, I don't even know what the word for that would be. But the map itself is nearly done, and it's quite larger. It's double the width and maybe 50 to 75 blocks longer, and a lot of it's hand done. The trees were all individually placed, strategically placed. If I didn't like the tree, I tore it down. I probably chopped down nearly 100 trees, which is a lot considering how big some of them were. But you'll notice a lot of similar elements here, and some very different elements as well from Nail. But none of my really off-the-wall ideas that are going to be implemented in whatever the smaller scale sequel to Nail will be, were really implemented here. This is just, like I tell most people, a reiteration in larger form of Nail. See, I played with the walls a little bit. Still don't know how that's going to go. Made that one a bit more annoying. Now it's not just a solid block of dirt anymore, so there's a lot of cooler things. One of my biggest issues with being a defender is you can never really get out of your castle, you know, without either opening your gate, which, you know, on Nail, the first gate's almost impossible to reopen. Like you just saw there, you can just jump right off the wall and safely land in some 5 or 6 block deep water, and There's a little sewer system down there too. Pretty cool. But this will also serve a potential to be used as a weapon against the defenders. There's a lot of really nice strategic structures I put in here. Some pretty sweet towers. Nice. This chasm here, I like this. 3 bridges in here. Slab bridges, so they're still pretty resilient, wood or not. And what I'm thinking is that there is going to be, idealistically, 4 classes. Yeah, 4 classes. And both classes will be offered, of course, to both teams, and I think... How was that? I think that they're going to be the same for each side, and as it now stands, I'm thinking the knight, you know, which won't have any bows or anything. Well, the only class that will have bows are the archers. But should you choose to be a knight when you spawn, you would spawn with the heaviest armor of any class, and the best melee weapon. And probably an axe, which seems maybe a shovel. One of the two. But a lower quality axe than, say, the builder, who would start with you know, maybe a stack of blocks, you know, all 3 of the big tools, you know, pickaxe, shovel, axe, and I think the axe would serve as the builder's weapon, or maybe I'll give him a lower quality, I don't know, probably a lower quality sword than, no, I'll give him an axe. I'll just give him a good axe. A decent axe. And then the engineer, which is kind of, or maybe the sapper. Sapper sounds a bit truer to nail. But the sapper would start, as you might imagine, with some amount of TNT. I'm thinking maybe, you know, I don't think I can trust people with source blocks. If this is going to be meant for 16 to 24 people per team, I don't need everybody to have the potential to spawn with a, you know, a water source. That could quickly get messy. But I put a lot of ergonomic thought into these structures. Not just myself. All of Whiskey Brigade has helped on this in some way or another. Some less than others. But it's definitely me and Squad have put in a lot of work here. Traz and Gkosh have been here a couple times and done a little bit here and there. So I won't rob them of their effort. But yeah, so the classes as, yeah, the engineer, who I'm almost foggy on. Like I really haven't thought too much on the engineer class other than the fact that they're going to have TNT. Maybe a flint and steel. Maybe not. Maybe we don't need fire in this one. Pretty sure I can stop fire. But then the archer class, which is probably the most describable on its own. You know, lesser armor than the soldier. Maybe I'll give him... I don't know. There's still a lot of balancing going on, but 4 classes, and hopefully fairly balanced classes. The archer, I don't know if I'll even give him a melee weapon, maybe a wood sword or something. You know, kind of to symbolize their dagger, or I don't know. Something that will be solidified later. But that's pretty much where it stands right now. I'm really happy about the way it's looking so far. This fairly beautiful chasm was, for the most part, hand-built by yours truly. Pretty sweet farmhouse there. 2 baller guard towers and a mini wall. That's gonna be fun. Maybe not as fun as I'd like it to be. Probably more bypassable than anything, but I think warping the 3rd wall into you know, a miniature kind of castle town is going to be an interesting twist. I think the defenders easily being able to get out of their castle will be nice. However, getting back in won't be an option, which it was kind of in Nail. Well, really, not really. Pretty much when you leave the castle, you're out of the castle. But when you die, of course, you can respawn back inside. I don't know. I've got great feelings, great happy feelings for this, and I think it'll fit in really well in the PGM map and map circuit. And in order to ensure that it does transition well into it, I've got something planned for it, which you can look forward to in later dates. But I don't know. It's hard to put an ETA on this. I'll be having a chat with somebody tomorrow concerning the future of the map and where it'll go from here. But it didn't seem practical to have openable and closable gates, because as I've found with PGM, trolls make their way onto there due to the little to no investment needed. But, I mean, that comes with anything. And it's in no way, shape, or form PGM's fault. Because they exist, especially in Minecraft. So I figured it would be more of a detriment to the defending team to have gates that a troll could come and just open up. So I left them kind of sealed as they were, and fairly defendable. Nice. So yeah, a large part of the battlements on this aren't even done yet. There's no buildings in here. I think I'm going to bring back the alchemy station. I think. Yeah, in addition to being able to choose your class, I think there's going to be chests, you know, all throughout this place. You know, the Mott and Bailey castle may have a good supply of arrows. Maybe a small handful of better... Well, no, that wouldn't work. No weapons or armor, that's right. No tools, weapons, armor. I don't know. We'll see how it goes. There's going to be a lot of balancing with this. It's a lot easier to balance something that only involves, you know, 8 people, as opposed to balancing something that involves triple that number. So, this may be further along in the future than I would like, but regardless, I'm very passionate about getting this map finished, and it's come a long way in a fairly short time. You know, I don't think anyone would really question the quality of what I've done, what we've done. So, there's that. I wanted to share that with you guys. I've been fairly quiet about it. And, yeah, so there's my little fly around. Didn't want to go into too much detail, and I already ranted more than I'd like to, so on that note, peace, baby!